Welcome back here to In the Can. Our next film is called Spree. It's part of the next features here at Sundance. It's a story about a rideshare driver who wants to create a social media empire. We have with us right now Mr. John DeLuca. John, how's it going?
What's up, man? Good.
Thank you so much for coming on. So tell me a little bit more about the film and tell me a little bit more about your role as well.
Yes. So, well, first of all, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. A pleasure to have you here.
Yeah. So this film, like you said, it's about a rideshare driver who is just really, really thirsty for a social media following, who really wants to go viral, and he develops a plan after failing for a long time to try and make that happen.
To make that happen.
Yeah.
And the way that he does is adding a ton of cameras and basically just live streaming all of his rides.
Yes, which and I think it landed in this next category. It's just shot in a way I've never worked like that before. The whole film is shot using interesting techniques, and it's a lot of GoPros and streaming and
yeah. And as an actor, was it hard to kind of adapt to that new process?
It was odd, you read it on the page and you get to set and you're like, okay, so how's this going to be executed? What's going to happen? And I was a little nervous about it, but then. But yeah, no, it was actually kind of freeing in a way to get in a car and you don't have a camera that you have to be aware of, and it was freeing in the sense that there was nothing foreign. Like there's cameras, but they're part of the scene. Yeah, and you could you're allowed to kind of look at them.
That's cool.
So we had a walkie-talkie in the car with Eugene, the director, kind of try this, or but otherwise it was just him and I.
That's so cool. So it kind of gave you a little bit of creative freedom then as an actor to kind of explore and feel out your role, right?
Yeah,
that's really cool.
For sure. Yeah, it was really interesting and just like a new kind of creative way to shoot. So I ended up really enjoying it, actually.
That's awesome. So what does this film kind of tell us about the social media driven world that we live in today, and the fact that everyone is seeking their kind of 15 minutes of fame?
Yeah.
And actually now I guess it's more like 15 seconds of fame on social media.
Yeah, it's true. Right, with TikTok and all this stuff. Yeah, I mean the film definitely is a satirical kind of commentary on social media culture, influencer culture, and also violence that is unfortunately very present in society. So yes, the film does addresses it in a very kind of unique, again, a satirical way.
It's kind of a good reflection is to the current state that we're in with social media and how it influences our lives.
It does kind of hold a mirror up, a wacky sort of fun mirror up to kind of society as we know it currently, and it does it in a really, I'd like to think, entertaining way. I saw the film last night for the first time.
That's awesome.
And yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it.
It's always good to see that final product, right? Once it's finished, to kind of see how it all turned out.
Yeah, to see how it all gets pieced together.
And with that being said, what you were just talking about, what's one takeaway that you want the audience to walk away from this film with?
I think it'll promote conversation, and I think anytime a film can people walk away from it, and it stays with you, and you feel like you need to talk about it, I think is important, and especially when shining a light on the things we talked about, like social media culture and the violence and how they may,
as you said, it's a mirror that kind of we get to look into and kind of see our own reflection and make a judgment based on that.
Yeah, totally. And but again, if you're able to do it in entertaining and darkly funny sort of way, then I think the film succeeds.
Really successful. It draws you in. Well, I'm excited to check it out. It's called Spree. Again, it's part of the next category here at Sundance. John, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. You can head over to sundance.org to find out more information about showtimes and locations. We'll be right back with much more right here on In the Can.